Alright, hello friends. I'm going to start an Ironman progress series. I know it's pretty late into my Ironman to start this, but I guess it's better late than never. I'm currently somewhere in the mid game, maybe what you would call the end part of mid game. I can't do most of the high level PVM bosses yet, but I'm definitely in the process of doing most of the mid game bosses and acquiring the stats and gear necessary to do the higher level ones. First things first, I'll run through my current skill levels to establish, I guess, a baseline for future progress. Then I'll run through some of my goals for the near future, and then maybe touch on some late game plans. Finally, I'll probably wrap up with some of the cool shit that's happened in the last couple months. A couple cool drops, some super luckiness, some kind of unluckiness, and stuff like that. Honestly, I've been a bit burned out on this game for the past 2 weeks ish. The game's felt pretty monotonous to me, but then I recently started watching a lot of these Ironman progress videos and sort of just got hit with the inspiration to keep going. I mean, I really enjoyed running through, big streamers' progress logs like, Mammal, Rice Cup, and also some smaller channels. One of my favorites is, I want to say her name is Kelsey Jones, something like that. But not 100% sure on that. But it's fun to just get these kind of super rare drops, see how you've progressed, and especially on, a self-sufficient account, and share that excitement with other people. On top of that, it's just a cool way to keep a log of your own progress so you can look back and say, damn, like, look how far I've come. Or, complain about how many hours you've wasted on this game, whichever one you prefer. So, as you can see here, I'm 1862 total, closing in on that 2K total day by day. I'd say pretty decent combat stats, though I do need to get my defense and attack up. Waiting on that precious whip drop before I balance out the melees, though. Honestly, there's not too much to talk about here. I'll highlight the skills that really matter in my next goals section. So obviously, to do high level PVM, we're gonna need the best mage and range weapons. Unfortunately, these are locked behind Kraken and Zulrah, respectively. Kraken requires 87 Slayer to get the Trident, and Trident makes doing Zulrah much more efficient, so I've been told by others. For that reason, I've been holding off on going to Zulrah and using something like Slayer Dart or Ivan's Blast. Right now, I'm 86 Slayer, slowly trying to get up to that 87, and saving my points to use on skips for that delicious Kraken task. I know the first thing a lot of people are going to say is, wait, you've got 86 Slayer and you don't have a whip? The answer is yeah, I don't have a whip yet. Well, honestly, I've just been waiting to do it on an actual Abyssal Demons task, and I've gone this long without it. I don't really mind waiting just a little longer. Just anything to make the Slayer grind come closer to the end. I just want to get it over with. Once I hit 87 and I have the Trident, and I don't have the whip yet, I'll just go camp Abbey Demons for it, I guess. But until then, the focus will be on, of course, getting that Trident. Another goal I want to achieve relatively soon is 86 crafting for the Fury. I know I can boost from 85 using stews, but I'd rather get the guaranteed +4 boost from the Mushroom Pie. And at the end of the day, I'll have to get it up there anyways when I need to make the other Zenite jewelry. I'm most likely going to accomplish this by using the charter ship method. I do like daily battle staves, but it's just such a hassle to complete the whole process. You have to make the cosmics. You need 3 per orb, and then you need to do the enchanting, and then you need to make the nature runes. Then you need to alch it. It's just a lot of work, and I don't really think the small profit and the bit of XP that I get there is really worth that whole effort. The next goal is to get the Ornate Rejuvenation Pool and the Ornate Jewelry Box, both of which require 90 and 91 construction respectively. With the Crystal Saw and the Stew Boost, at minimum I need 83. I've been passively collecting teaks for a couple months through my kingdom, and only need a few more days worth to have all the supplies needed for 83. So, for those who don't know, the construction process is sort of broken into 2 steps for Ironman. One is to make the planks, and then 2 is to obviously use the planks. The fastest method to make planks is to use the Camelot bank chest in a PvP world. You TP home, give your logs to your banker, not your banker, your butler. TP to Camelot, use your noted logs on the chest to note them, and then rinse and repeat. Funny story, I was doing just this, and not once, but twice, I accidentally used the house portal while I was in my house, and stepped out into Remington for a split second before I spam clicked the portal. Both times, I was declaw spec'd, and my heart rate just jumped up. I lived both times luckily, and I realized that losing several months worth of teaks and my whole cash stack would probably had me quitting this game. Now I just use a regular world and use a Camelot TP to the Sears Village Bank. It might be slightly slower, but at least there's no chance of a PvP death. So these are the main things that I'm working on right now. I have a couple secondary goals, but these I don't really mind putting on the back burner for a bit. For example, 78 Herblore. So apparently a Trident and 78 Herblore are the two main requirements to learn raids with the Ironman raids group. So I'll slowly make my way there. I'll be getting herb drops from Slayer and farming. It's just getting those secondaries is a bitch. It's not hard, just pretty boring. Another secondary goal is to get that rune pouch. It's definitely not necessary at this point, but it will be a tremendous help when I get into serious bossing. I think I only have like 9 emblems right now, and I need 24. I'll probably just keep doing Wildy Slayer once I get 87. The final secondary is just getting that quest cape. I remember having one way back when, just before the Grandmaster quest, Wild Gothic Sleeps was released. I died a million times to that boss, and basically quit RuneScape until I picked up Old School a few years ago. I'm really close. The only hard quest left is Dragon Slayer 2, which I'm currently in the middle of. The rest of them seem pretty simple. I think there are only like 2, 3 left, but I'm not really sure about the new Theater of Blood one. I guess I'll just wait till I get a guide and go through it. So that about finishes up my goals. Now I'll talk about some of the drops and the achievements that I've either had recently or are really important. Unfortunately, most of these I've done off stream, but I'll try to make sure that I do the stuff with unique loot on stream. The coolest one so far is this guy. It took only 404 shamans to get my Dragon Warhammer drop about a month ago. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to use it much yet, but I'm just extremely glad I got this and don't have to worry about doing this grind later. And more importantly, I don't have to worry about fighting off Venezuelans. The second cool drop would be getting my DFS about 6 months ago. Here I was even luckier. So the drop rate for Dragon Warhammer is 1 in 5k, and it comes to about an 8% chance of getting it within 400 kills. But the drop rate for Vistage is 1 in 10k, and I got it on my second ever Iron Dragons task. And in total, I killed only about 40 of them. The chance of this happening is about 0.5%, so that's absolutely crazy. It's worked out great as a tank shield for DKs and some other stuff, where I really care about maxing out my defense bonuses. Recently, I also unblocked Black Demons to start the Zenite grind. I finished 2 tasks, and I hit the unique table 3 times. Unfortunately, I have no Zenite to show for it. Till then, I guess I'll just keep grinding them on task. Honestly, I can't wait to get a blowpipe to help speed up these kills. Last month, I finally got my Zerker ring at 253 KC, which is almost double the drop rate of 1 in 128. I finished Rex now, since I already have the Warrior ring from super early kill. I still need to keep doing Supreme and Prime though. I got the Sears ring from Prime, but I want the Mud Battle Staff just for completion scape. And I don't have any of the uniques from Supreme yet. I did DKs for my Dagonoth tasks like twice, but recently I've just been AFKing them at Catacombs just to speed up Slayer. I'll go back once I finish some of my other main goals. One of the coolest small things that I finished up was my God Book collection at my 104th Hard Clue. It's pretty nice having the major and range ones, especially just for wieldy bossing and stuff like that. On the other hand, I'm at 129 Hard Clues finished, and I haven't gotten a single Rune Heraldic Helm or Shield yet. It feels pretty bad having to keep dropping those Heraldic Clues. Other than that, I started Dragon Slayer 2 with my friends. We try to do most of the long quests together. It just tends to keep things fresh and definitely a lot less of a grind when we're going along together. I've added the clip of me finally killing Quest Vorkath. It took me 3 times. I got Ring of Life TP'd out the first time, and then I TP'd out myself at low HP the second time. It took a bit of getting used to the acid stuff, and I had a bunch of misclicks. I got pretty lucky on this kill that both my DWH specs hit. Here we have me delivering the final blows to Vorkath. Got the Crumble Undead on that tiny scorpion, and then I think right here, this one. No, not this one. This one. Killed him off and was able to move on with the quest. Well, that about wraps up my first video. I think I hit just about everything I wanted to. I'll probably check back in a couple weeks or so. I know I'm quite inconsistent with my Twitch streams, but I'll try to make sure that I stream the important stuff on a more consistent schedule. I doubt that I'll stream the mundane things like collecting more Mire fungus, but we'll see. I'll drop a link in the description. But in general, starting this whole video series has sort of revived my interest again in this game, and I can't wait for stuff like God Wars Dungeon, raids, Zora, which are all just around the corner. So I look forward to sharing this journey with you guys, and thanks for watching. So I'll see you guys in a few weeks.